Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of the Weekly Update, the series where I talk about the paddles that I hit throughout the week. Now, this week is going to be a bit more interesting since I did get some exciting paddles and was able to do some more paddle comparisons now that I'm finally back home from traveling. Anyways, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the new Sword and Shield J2H Plus from the Honolulu Pickleball Company. For the swing weight, we got 114, and the twist weight, we got 6.90. This is their newest release to their recent J2 Power series, joining the J2K Plus and the J2 TI Plus. For those of you unfamiliar with this series, it's Honolulu's take on a Gen 3 that introduces the floating core to their popular J2 shape. The original J2K, TI, and H models all use the hybrid-shaped custom mold from Honolulu Pickleball Company, with the only difference being the surface materials, which are Kevlar, polyester, and fiberglass respectively to each of the models. Now, similar to the Gen 2 models, out of the Gen 3s, the new fiberglass layer on the J2H Plus is the one with the most lively surface. Out of the box, this one felt more poppy and gave overall more firepower than the other two. Also, just compared to the other two, this is the one that broke in the quickest. After playing just one game with it, the sound became noticeably different, and I could feel the power of the paddle begin to open up more. This is much different from my experience with the other two models. The J2K Plus took me over a week to finally break in, where I noticed the power change, while the J2 Ti Plus I'm not even sure ever became fully broken in after being tested heavily by my intern team. The TI Plus still has that feel these Gen 3 paddles have. It's got a dense and solid feel compared to the original J2 Ti, which is a bit more springy and has less dwell time in comparison. But the overall firepower between the two isn't that much different. The Plus version has a slight edge, but it's not as big of a change compared to the K and H variants. With the K model, once the paddle breaks in, the firepower in both power and pop both jump up where it's close to being a power paddle. Now, I haven't had as much time with the H Plus yet, but like I said earlier, out of the box, it felt more powerful than all the other models, and in my few play sessions, it's gone up to the all-court leaning power category already. But I do think with some more playtime, the power is likely to open up even more. Out of the three, I enjoy the H Plus the best, since it does feel more unique compared to the original Gen 2 lineup, and it fits in better as a power option for this lineup. The TI Plus I think is a very solid paddle with a good controllable feel to it, but I do wish it had more firepower compared to the original TI, while the K Plus is a solid option as well, but I do think the higher pop on the H makes it better as a power paddle option. Moving on, let's talk about V2 of the Ripples. Starting off, let's look at the numbers. For the standard shape R2, we got 116 and 6.70. The elongated R1, we got 125 and 6.00. And finally, for their new hybrid shape, the R4, we got 114 and 6.05. For the R1 and R2, we're seeing noticeably higher numbers compared to the V1 ripples. The feel off the face is also different. There's not as much of that hollow sensation anymore, and the feel is just a bit more solid. The ripples on the face are now gone, and the paddles overall are just heavier and more solid. Now for firepower, both of these are going to be hitting basically the same as the V1 ripples. I've hit them side by side and in gameplay, and I think the overall firepower is about the same. I haven't looked at the numbers that others are seeing, but for my own personal feel, the firepower on these is top tier still, and these are going to be the most powerful legal paddles on the market right now. It's mainly the feel that is different, which I'm guessing is from the extra weight that's been added to reinforce the paddles to fix the previous loose edgeguard issues. But this does come at the cost of the paddles being heavier to swing. The R2 is very high for a standard shape, and the swing weight is consistent with a hybrid shape paddle, while the R1 is also above average for an elongated paddle. One thing to remember is that these ripples are 14mm paddles too, and their numbers are being compared against 16mm paddles. What's interesting though is how their new R4 shape is actually the lightest of the three, with numbers that are in the range of a 16mm hybrid for swing weight, though the twist weight is a bit on the lower end. Because of that, I do think this is one that will be the most popular. It's not the most solid feeling out of the three, and it's one that does need customization via perimeter weighting, but because it comes in at a lighter weight and in that popular hybrid shape, I do think this one will be the most popular and the one I would recommend to people. Overall, Ripple has come back into USAP approval with firepower that, in my opinion, hasn't really changed. It's still the hardest hitting legal paddle series on the market, so look forward to that if that's something you're into. Anyways, guys, that's it for this week's episode of the Weekly Update. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now, if you do want to pre-order a Sword and Shield J2H Plus, I've added my discount code here and a link to buy them in the video description below. As for the Ripple, it's currently not released yet, though it is approved, but I will update you guys on when it will be available for sale.
Sure, I'll do one more. Thank you.